So it is week 8 and we have made a lot of progress. It's been like a whirlwind the last 8 weeks, but the new factory is up and running, the floor's done, the racking's done, all of the foam's there, and it is looking amazing. Operations are continuing, and I am at the final steps and final stages of exiting our old building. So if you didn't know, I had 5 units on a business park. We got rid of one, we got rid of another one, and this is the final 3. You can kind of see there's 3 shutters here behind me. This was a 3-bay, 3 units on a business park, and I've had to take down a full mezzanine, take down all the offices, all the production, all the machinery. This office behind me is staying. We refurbished that, but that was already here. And behind me is the remnants of our mezzanine, all piles of steelwork and I-beams and purlins and boards. But that is the job for today. Get rid of all of this out of the unit, have it fully empty, and then pretty much ready to just forget this unit and move on to the next chapter. So you can see this morning we've been busy loading up. We're starting with all of the mezzanine floorboards. So these are like 40mm tongue and groove, 8-foot long boards. And I've got John Shone here, fellow John Shone from Buckley. All my family is from Buckley, and it's lovely to see John Shone on a wagon. Look at that. I could well imagine my own one with John Shone on it. Or to be fair, I might have to say shadow foam, but how good's that? So we've got 9 stacks of boards all strapped on and loaded, and that is going to be the first haul over to the new factory. And I've actually got space for that, and so far it's staying dry. So do all of that first, and then all the steel work is sitting outside anyway, so it doesn't even matter if it gets a bit wet. But that is the first load to go. I've also got a rental van filled with stuff as well. That's filled with a couple of pallets. All the loose stuff was moved last week, but I've got a couple of pallets in there too and a cage. So let's get it all over to Winsford.
You're a good sweeper.
And that is it. That is old shadow foam factory entirely empty. I can't believe it, to be honest. It was an absolute mammoth task to take down all of the mezzanine, get it all moved out. I was here till 11 o'clock last night. Big shout out to my uncle John Shone, what a legend, for coming with the big old wagon, the double trailer. We did 3 loads, but you'd never realise how long it's going to take to load it up and strap it all down. So we did 3 full wagons to Winsford, and that has cleared the unit out. And a final sweep, and that is goodbye to the old shadow foam factory and on to the next chapter, which I am so relieved about. Now we can focus on building and the final organisation, basically building offices, putting in all the mezzanine I've taken down here has to go back up in a totally different shape over in the new factory. So I'm excited for that, but it is a bit sad to see this place go. We're definitely handing it back in better condition than we got it. I'll put in some shots of what it looked like when I got this unit, and then now the signs come down, all of the mezz is down, all the foam's out, and it's time to go to the next factory. So there's no time for a rest yet. Best crack on. Now just take a second to tell you about this video's sponsor, Metmo. I do love Metmo products, and they're all made in the UK, and they've sent me their brand new and very, very special new product. It's called the Metmo Edge, and this thing's not quite released yet, but it's coming very, very soon, and it's something very, very special. The Metmo Edge they describe as basically a replacement for your finger. It's a UK legal little keyring knife, and as you can see, it's a very sharp edge designed for opening boxes and using as a small little pocket tool, and it's held in with a really strong magnet with a really satisfying little click when it goes back. It's super lightweight, coming in at 17.4 grams. The Edge is designed not to add weight to your keychain, so it can hide in your pocket or on your bag zip or tuck it away in your EDC kit. They describe this as a metallic finger. This is an upgrade for your hand. It's got a hardened steel edge designed to cut through whatever you put it to, shaped and hardened for maximum rigidity so it won't damage the cutting nib, giving you a lifetime of use. It's got a 60-degree bevel on it, but it can be reground and resharpened if you need to, and it comes with a 200-year warranty. So it's not just your lifetime, it's a few generations deep, that, isn't it? 200 years. And as I said before, this is also made in the UK, another quality product from Metmo, and this one is going straight on my keys. There's not many tools on my keys, but I can tell you now, this will be a great little addition because I'm always short of a knife for opening boxes, and I have snapped off a few keys in my time, so this is definitely a welcome upgrade. And they didn't just send me this, they've also sent me their quality brass pen. This, I think, would make a great gift for somebody who likes a quality pen, but also likes a bit of a fidget, and maybe they're an engineer. You've got a two-handed thread here with two brass olives, little brass nuts, they look like little brass olives, that go up and down the shaft of the pen, quite satisfying in opposite ways, which is very, very unique, having that double-handed thread. And it's a very nice quality, heavy brass pen, which writes really well. There's a nice weight to it, it feels really comfortable in the hand. But you've also got that little fidget built in as well. So big thanks to Metmo for sending me a couple of their quirky products. If you're interested in a Metmo Edge or the brass pen, we'll put links in the description for both of those. And if you do pick up something from Metmo, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it. So thanks very much to Metmo for sponsoring the video. Let's get back to it.
So it's Tuesday morning. We've just taken delivery of our new CNC machine, and it's going to be installed at Shadow Foam in January. The container arrived a few days ago, and this morning we just offloaded it at S. Cooper's here in Winsford on the industrial estate here. Our partners help us a lot in storing materials, and we decided that we'll leave the machines here until January, when we'll get support from our CNC manufacturer who's coming over to help us to make the installation. We've moved it to Cooper's primarily because the Shadow Foam unit is still full of stuff from moving from the old unit in Northwich to the new unit in Winsford, and we just haven't got the space for it at the moment. We are in the process of installing racking, so right now there just isn't the space for the CNC to come to Shadow Foam. So it's been delivered in 3 big boxes. We've also got a second piece of equipment, which is a foam recycling machine. We'll install that at the same time in January. But in the meantime, we're keeping it all here. The machine is in nice big crates, so it's protected. But it was a big job to get it out of the container. You don't realize the main core of the machine is in a box about 6 meters long, 6 foot tall, and literally 1 inch on either side of the container. So getting it out of the back of the container was a real job. We had to hire an extra heavy forklift with long forks in it and get that brought in. And then it's been quite a delicate job getting the crate out of the back of the container. Coopers have got all the facilities. You can reverse a lorry down into the bay, and then at floor level you can get a forklift to drive all the way in. It was a heavy load. You heard a bit of cracking, but we know that's the floor of the container that cracks a little bit under the load, and the whole thing was in 3 pieces. So there's one very big box which carries 2 parts of the CNC, and then there's 2 other boxes. One is holding the gantry, and another one an extra loading bay for loading foam. We've got the main cutting operation and then a decanting zone on one machine. The machine in total is about 9 meters long, so a big old beast. It's in safe hands now here at Cooper's, and we'll wait until January until we can bring it over and then do the installation at Shadow Foam. And I'm sure Jonathan will be needing lots of videos of that installation, and then eventually with the machine running, which is something we really are looking forward to. It'll bring Shadow Foam up to the next level of production and manufacturing, and that is something we all want to get into. So good day today. The sun is shining on a cold winter's day in England, but I feel the sun is shining on us today, which is good. It's been much easier to decant on a decent day. Okay, Matt, I think it's time to go. We've explained enough. Now it's time to get back to the unit and unload some pallets.
I interrupt this transmission to draw the winner for Lumibricks. So in week 6 vlog, I built the spar cabin from Lumibricks, and it was a very fun exercise. I really enjoyed putting in the little wires, and it was a really satisfying build, to be fair. And I actually had 1 set to give away. Lumibricks were very kind. They offered me not the exact same set, but inspired by the same theme. This is the Aurora Light Projection. So this is like a level up from what I had, even better. To be honest, I'm very tempted. I'd love to have built this one, to be fair, but had to keep this one sealed because this is the prize. So all you had to do to enter, as always, is subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below, and I'm about to draw that winner. So without further ado, let's see who won it. So we had 69 total comments. Magic number, let's pick our winner. And we've got Fred Jack West, and he says, on the final leg, amazing what you collect over time. Look forward to seeing the end product. It is. This factory is full of stuff. We finally moved in and the corner of junk is crazy. But that's the thing with the factory. It's like there's so many nooks and crannies to hide stuff, and moving it all out was pretty intense, as you saw in the vlogs. But a big congratulations to Fred Jacks. Well done. We're going to get in touch with you. We'll get your address and send this out to you no matter where you are in the world. And don't worry, we've got loads of giveaways still active on the channel. So go back, watch some of our older videos, drop your comments, and you can be entered in those giveaways. And they're usually bundles of 5, which are even bigger odds. But congratulations to Fred. Let's get back to the factory.
Can you see the tempe?
Yeah.
He's not going to hit it, Johnny.
Hey!
Give me my 10p back.
Told you I could pick 10p off the floor with this forklift truck. All you doubters.
Right, so today is Wednesday and the chimney over there is coming down. We've got a really big digger on its way, and then after that we're having 2 containers land here at the new unit. In one of them we've got all the toolboxes that we use on the channel, and then in the other one we have lots of stuff from the old unit that we just needed to transport here as efficiently as possible.
It's been another huge week here at Shadow Foam, and it'll be the last vlog for a few weeks because I'm moving house next week and there's a lot going on with that, and then I'll be back in the new year. We'll be building the mez, we'll be doing all the buildings, and I'm excited to get into it. It's so good to be all under one roof, and it's nice to have that machine here as well. That is a big weight lifted. But I couldn't finish this vlog without singing you out with another song and testing out the acoustics now all the foam's in, which is pretty cool. It does still sound pretty good here, and I've had a few requests for an Irish song, so I thought this would be the perfect choice. One of my favourite Irish songs. It's called The Sick Note, and it's about an employee who sent his boss a note why he couldn't make it to work. I thought it was a good one to finish up on, and a good laugh as well. So yeah, here you go. It's called The Sick Note. You're in for a treat if you've not heard this song before. I love it. Dear sir, I write this note to you to tell you of me plight. And at the time of writing I am not a pretty sight. My body is all black and blue, my face a deathly grey. And I write this note to say why Paddy's not at work today. While working on the 14th floor, some bricks I had to clear. Now to throw them down from such a height was not a good idea. The foreman wasn't very pleased, he'd been an awkward sod. He said I'd have to cart them down the ladders in me hod. Now clearing all these bricks by hand, it was so very slow. So I hoisted up a barrel and secured the rope below. But in me haste to do me job, I was too blind to see that a barrel full of building bricks was heavier than me. So when I untied the rope, the barrel fell like lead, and clinging tightly to the rope I started up instead. Well, I shot up like a rocket until my dismay I found that halfway up I met the bloomin' barrel coming down. Well, the barrel broke me shoulder as towards the ground it sped, and when I reached the top I banged the pulley with me head. Well, I clung on tight through my numb shock through that almighty blow, and the barrel spilled out half the bricks 14 floors below. Now when these bricks had fallen from the barrel to the floor, I then outweighed the barrel and so started down once more. Still clinging tightly to the rope I sped towards the ground, and landed on the broken bricks that were all scattered round. Well, I lay there groaning on the ground, I thought I passed the worst, and when the barrel hit the pulley wheel and then the bottom burst, well, a shower of bricks rained down on me, I hadn't got a hope. As I lay there moaning on the ground, I let go the bloomin' rope. Well, the barrel being heavier, it sped down once more, and landed right across me as I lay upon the floor. Well, it broke 3 lip ribs and my left arm, and I can only say that I hope you'll understand why Paddy's not at work today. There we go. Well, hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll see you in the new year.